My dear JEE 26 warriors, all your exams are over, and I know you are anxiously waiting for your board exams. But one thought is lingering in your head: what kind of percentile will I get? What kind of marks do I need for my expected percentile? What might be the cutoff difficulty? And everybody has probably checked most of the solutions. And if you have not, please check out the description box of this particular video. I have arranged all the shift wise solutions based on memory. All right. So you can definitely check out the questions in case you want to do that. And some of you are droppers, so definitely you should start preparing for the April attempt using those memory based questions, unless you are a board aspirant who will be preparing for boards. So let's get straight to the point. A very important analysis for all of you. And if you have not yet liked this particular video, like this video right away, right now, and share it with all your friends, because I'm going to keep it crisp, clear, to the point, and accurate. Because we do the predictions not based on what I feel, it is based on the analysis, based on my team's hard work, and after all the shifts are over, rather than giving a random conclusion. So let's begin. First of all, let me tell you the overall takeaways, and quickly let me know in the chat box which shift have you given. Yeah. Hi AK, hi MR, hello Louis, welcome aboard everyone. Let me know which shift have you given on what date. So first of all, many students have participated. Close to 14 to 15 lakh students. Will get the exact numbers once NTA will release the notice, but it is expected close to 14 to 15 lakhs, which is one of the highest participations. So once the number of students increase, the cutoff also will go up. That is the usual perception. But let me tell you, even if 20 lakh students appear, what matters is the amount of serious aspirants. So that's why I've struck this word candidates, because most of the YouTube videos will tell you if candidates go up, then cutoff will also go up. So we need to worry about the serious candidates. And if I talk about the serious candidates, yes, it has increased. And it is only because of, there are many coaching centers across the country. Students are also better prepared. Students are not taking it very lightly. Earlier, students used to casually think, okay, I will just join the crash course. Now, no, they know that 2025 paper was difficult. So 26, they were already expecting it to be difficult. So they had mentally prepared themselves for a good paper. So yes, the seriousness has increased definitely. And overall candidates has increased. So the cutoffs will definitely go up because of that. But there is another factor which puts the cutoffs down, and that is the more important factor rather than this. This has an effect, but this has even more effect, because of which the cutoffs overall are going to go down. That is a good news or bad news, you decide. Because just because the cutoffs go down does not mean that you will qualify, because your marks might also reduce based on the difficulty of the paper. And we saw most of the shifts were moderate to tough, bearing two shifts. That too, it was not easy. They were easy to moderate. I will show you the shift wise analysis. Yes, it was a moderate to tough paper, and it was tougher, lengthier, and also trickier than 2025. So, my dear warriors, the difficulty, because it has increased, expect the same percentile for lower marks. Getting my point? You can expect same percentile for slightly lower marks. What are those percentiles and cutoffs? I will tell you. Don't worry. First, let's do subject-wise analysis, my dear warriors. Yeah. 2031 aspirant also we have. Wow, that is insane. Yeah, and that's Lewis. Anyways, so PCM wise difficulty analysis, if you do, let's talk about physics first. I saw there were many questions which were new, which were based on fresh concepts with multiple concepts together, and some very old concepts. Last 4 or 5 years, they never asked such things. Suddenly, they have asked those questions. Some people thought, okay, this will not come. They have asked that exactly, because it used to be asked many, many years back. So there were minority number of questions which were very new, and minority number of questions which were very old. Other than that, most of the questions were based on the past previous year papers and the generic models. They had kept a fair variety of questions, and they were moderate. and some questions were also unnecessarily lengthy. It felt like, okay, I can do it, but yeah, you have to solve. So that's what the feeling was in, particularly towards the end of the shifts. In chemistry, new mystery was created because usually in 21, 22, 23, and even in 2024, chemistry used to be very easy. Laddu paper, 20 minutes to 35 minutes, students used to get done with chemistry. But now, chemistry takes time because there were mixed concept questions. Statements were very tricky. Students also mentioned that, okay, the question, fine, I understood, I know the reaction or whatever, but the options were very tricky, and the way the question was framed made it look a little bit difficult. Yes, they were slightly lengthy at times, not all the questions, and they were also slightly challenging than before. Yes, NCRT was needed. Practical organic chemistry was also asked in particular, which usually gets neglected. Yeah. How many of you felt the same thing in chemistry and physics? Let me know. Hands up, put up fire emoji, or just put up a thumbs up in the chat box. Did you feel chemistry was moderate, lengthy, statement based? Questions were framed in a very fancy, tricky manner. Maths was not very tough, very lengthy. It was lengthy, it was tough, but lesser than the usual scenario like in 2025 or 2024. So maths at times was also doable. Maths also is the deciding factor. Let me tell you that. Yeah, you might see that, sir, physics moderate, sir, chemistry also easy to moderate, sir. But maths, because the level of questions were slightly below, so what happens is students who are slightly better at maths, students who like to solve problems, tricks, manipulations, but do not like those very lengthy questions, they were able to do those things. Because often what happened in maths is, till last year, students used to leave the question because it looks so pathetically lengthy that, okay, man, I will just give up, might as well find some other question which is easily doable. So there were many such doable questions, at least, because of which students who took it up as a challenge to solve maths right from the beginning in preparation phase would be doing well, and that will decide whether you are qualifying, whether you are boosting up your scores or not. Also, keep in mind, if you lost a lot of time in chemistry, that would have affected your maths or physics score. Same thing in physics. If you had planned, okay, I will do physics in 40 minutes to 60 minutes, but because there were some good questions, that would have again affected your other scores. So a smart student was the one who found out all the easy questions from PCM, then went for moderate, and then tried some doable lengthy questions rather than going for difficult, lengthy, or unnecessarily tricky questions. Now, this is the main slide, guys. Yeah, this is what it is. 21st morning to 28th evening. If you talk about the hard shifts, this 24th evening, 23rd evening, and 22nd evening, the tough and the toughest shifts. One thing is clear, that JEE Mains year after year is keeping tougher shifts for the evening. So if you are a 2028, 2027 aspirant, so keep that in mind, maybe, or even 2026 aspirant in April, most likely your evening shifts, if you have got it, usually they are the tougher shifts. The starting shift is not really the toughest one. The problem is you do not know what kind of questions will come. So that is why it feels difficult, but otherwise it was moderate. And even before this, it has been easy or moderate, even if you see the last year paper pattern. 28th evening was easy to moderate. Yep. And 28th morning was lengthy to moderate. Yes, there were many lengthy questions in that. Moderate shifts were 24th morning, 23rd morning, and 22nd morning, and 21st morning. So what happens when you are in a tough shift? You will see the percentiles go down for lower marks. So as you can see, for 23rd evening and 22nd evening, the percentile for 99, sorry, marks for 99 percentile might be 140 to 160 range, which is not like 200, because it was difficult for everyone. So that's why even if you got 160 marks, 150 marks, it's very close to 99 percentile. These figures have been put on the slightly lower side. It might be on the higher side only. Okay, got it? Next, if you talk about the easy shifts like 21st evening and 28th evening. So if you want to get 99 percentile, it means because it was easy, everybody felt it was easy. So you need to score better marks. So 170 to 180 marks, 170 to 180 marks, that was the usual trend. How many of you were in these shifts? Quickly let me know. Easy to moderate, easy to moderate. Put up a green heart. And if you are in the tough shifts, yeah, the 24th evening, 23rd evening, or 22nd evening, put the red heart. And if you are in the moderate or moderate lengthy shifts, put an orange heart right now in the chat box. Let's see how many reds we have, how many greens we have, and how many oranges we have. And even if you are watching this as recorded, please put it up in the comments. Yeah, so that was the analysis, guys, over here. So overall, if you see, for 99 percentile, we can expect anywhere between 140 to 180 marks, depending on your shift. Okay, for 99 percentile. Remember, it depends on your shift. Don't think, sir, I got 150 marks, so I get 99 percentile. No, it also depends which shift were you in. But what about the cutoff? Oh, I can see a lot of reds and oranges and a few lucky ones at the greens. Oh, a lot of reds and oranges. But I hope you have got some decent score. So even if your marks are low, you will get better percentiles. So don't worry. It's a good thing only at times. Okay. Unless you got green zone and you did not score well, then that is a problem. Okay. Now, if you talk about the cutoff marks, it can be lower, guys. This time it can go to 80 marks to 110 marks. So 80, 85 marks will be for the tough shifts, toughest shifts. 110 marks will be for the easy ones. The evening shifts, which are the tough ones, will go to 85. The morning two shifts, which were there on, the end date and in the middle, might go to 110 marks. So what is this cutoff score for? For you to be eligible for JEE Advance. This is where you qualify for JEE Advance. So this is the approximate score. So how many of you are expecting to clear the cutoffs? Give me a thumbs up. If you're not expecting these scores, give me a thumbs down in the chat box. In the chat box right away, right now, thumbs up. Or no, sir, I'm not clearing it. Let me know so that I can accordingly make videos ahead. If you ask me what were the percentiles and marks in the last couple of years, this is the table. If you take the 2025 year, which is the closest year plus similar difficulty, closest difficulty, I would say, because 23 and 24 were relatively easier shifts and papers. So you can see 99 percentile was 148 to 200 marks. Okay, and 93 percentile, which was the cutoff, was 85 to 120 marks. And in April attempt, it went higher. So guys, in April, what happens is scores get better. Don't think the scores will fall down, because people prepare and they are mentally prepared. And plus, because of the board exams, what happens? You have revised the entire 12th standard. So your concepts become stronger, problem solving becomes stronger, you get more time, you have given the things at the first go, you practice more mock tests. So because of which, usually you will see April, there is a jump, guys. Can you see? There is a jump. No matter which year you take, there is always a jump. So if you are thinking, I got say 98 percentile for 150 marks now, next April attempt for 150 marks, you will get less percentile. You will get 95 percentile or 96 percentile. So to get at least 98 percentile, you will have to jump your scores by 20 to 40 marks. Is that clear, everyone? Yeah? Okay. Now, if you want to practice more mock tests, which are freshly designed, by the way, from our Eklavya Test Series, which had 70% of the models exactly matching with the January attempt, April attempt, the percentages will be just like this or even better, because now we will get all the papers and we are making all those new pattern papers, new pattern questions based on the January attempt for your April shift. Better preparation, guys, with so many high weightage tests and full tests. In February itself, 25 high weightage. In March, 40 high weightage tests. In February, 6 full length tests and 14 full length tests in March. And final phase in April, 5 full length tests. All based on the current models, same thing, 75 questions, 3 hours, 300 marks. And you will be giving all these tests to improve your performance along with all the students, not just who are joining the test series, but also Vedantu students, so that you know where you stand with proper analysis And this Eklavya Test Series is available not for 5,000 but just for 999 rupees. The link is there in the description box of this particular video. As you're watching this video, my dear warriors, you will see that all the solution sets are over here, right from 21st January shift 1 to 28th January shift 2. All the solutions, the questions, memory based. Please practice all these questions. They are very, very important. And then if you want, for Amrita University or in general any university, you want to look out for colleges, we are launching the counseling. So check out this particular form, which will help you analyze and counsel and get information and help with the registration for different colleges apart from your NITs, IITs and triple ITs, right? So you can fill up this form link in case you are interested to check out other colleges which you can get, right? So the Eklavya Test Series for April attempt link is down over here in the description box for just 999 rupees. Click on buy now and enroll today so that you can start your journey for leveling up. And yes, what kind of video you want me to do next, let me know in the comments as well. And accordingly, I will make such videos. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking and please share it with all your friends. Bye bye. Captain Shreyas signing off.